फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स,
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स,
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट।
Hello everyone, you're watching Cricket Next. I'm Surama Kaushik. England are trailing by 156 runs. What a beautiful start of day 3. Who might have expected India to take 5 wickets and put England's half team into the pavilion once again? And this is the perfect start, isn't it? Well, let's hear it out from Jamie Alter and Taus Rizvi. What better start could India had expected? Jamie, 5 wickets, in especially 4 to our Ashwin. It's beautiful. I mean, I really don't have any other word than beautiful, splendid, and all of these, adjectives, all the adjectives that I have in my.
No, absolutely. They've been crushed in this match. I think before this match, England team was to some level they were competing, but जिस तरह की उन्होंने पहली innings या पहले दिन पे बैटिंग करी, कल they were pasted all around the park. I mean, I think the only point of this match was कि James Anderson 7 wicket लेंगे कि नहीं लेंगे. He's got there. I don't think all of us would be surprised कि India did. I think कल हमने बात भी किया था कि maximum with 10 over खेल पाएंगे हमारे tail enders. But it didn't matter whether they batted because England have been so abject in this match. I think we've all discussed that they're not taking it seriously this match, or they've checked out jo bhi hai. But this was supposed to be the match where they had a good chance. The altitude, they played 2-3 World Cup matches here. Inke fans lag rahe hain, bade robust tarike se unko support kar rahe hain. But the cricket from England has been the worst. I think you look at all 5 scorecards. This is the worst they've played. I mean, there's nothing in this pitch. How are you losing 5 wickets? Shocking. And I'm very, very glad that this series is getting over in the next 2 hours, because I think all of us need a break from ho gaya. They came, they fought, but with each passing match, they've just gone downhill. This match is, I mean, this is shockingly poor cricket from England here.
Is it done and dusted, Jamie?
Khatam. I look, you just started the show by saying, how have they lost 5 wickets? And the top 5 go, so bottom 5 to inke hai nahi. This could be over in half an hour from here. Could be.
Yeah, absolutely. That was when we're talking about England, England's batting, the start of the series. I'll go back to the start of the series. There was this whole buzz of Bazball, aggressive approach. And I'm using it, I'm using Bazball world very cautiously because, Jamie and Sahil have taken that pledge of not using that word. So I'll take that, responsibility of using that word because it's a word for their aggressive approach. It's the word for their non-consequential result approach. Everything happened in this series, but never they accepted that there was any fault in their batters. Never they accepted that there was any fault in their batting style. Today, the way Ben Duckett gave away that wicket, it's actually the way they have been batting throughout this series. Obviously, Zak Crawley was outsmarted in 16-ball duck. Won't, blame him for anything. But Ben Duckett, Johnny Bairstow, I know Bairstow started off well. He was smashing our Ashwin for those 6s and 4s. But at the end, he was seen walking back to the pavilion. And that's the approach that we have seen throughout the series. Do you think it was somewhere or the other written that they will get such kind of a result at the end of this series? Because the way they were batting, I think such kind of a result was quite eventual.
See, I'll start with this. I saw a tweet of our common friend where he said in Bazball that balls were missing, Baz was there throughout the series. So, yeah. I mean, see, one thing. Talking about Bairstow was not even enjoying. He was just out there, like he wanted to get out, but he was mistiming and putting it into the stadium stands.
Yeah.
As a cricket fan, I am upset because England did not put up a contest after winning the first Test match. I mean, they could have capitalized on it. They had the things going for them in the first Test match. I mean, any team that would start on a winning note, they would at least put up some kind of a fight. But England failed completely miserably, and they hid behind the the whole Bazball thing, which is pretty bad excuse. I don't admire them for the same. But as an Indian fan, I'm very happy with the way India played. We outplayed them completely, whatever it is. I mean, there was speculation that in England would come and put up, some kind of a contest, because it's Bazball. At the end of the day, they will destroy any attack, even if you have
Yeah.
Ashwin or Jadeja or Kuldeep, even if you're playing on a turning track or you're playing in home conditions, nothing matters because it's Bazball. क्या किया आज वो Bazball का वो पेपर को ऐसा बना के फेंक दिया टीम इंडिया ने. That's how it is. So I'm happy as an Indian fan, but I mean very very dissatisfied, unhappy, not content with the whole England approach, which made it into a one-sided contest. Happy for
Yep.
a lot of Indian guys who have made their debut and made a mark, but definitely these guys were more interested in playing golf on cricket field, as well as like they have been playing. So even if you look at Bairstow shots, they were more golfing golfing shots than cricketing shots that he played. I mean,
Hmm.
every damn shot was going into the stand. Beautiful. But then that's not how you play test cricket. If you want to survive, if you want to at least win the game or stay in the game,
Hmm.
completely disappointed.
Yes. No, actually, it is a completely disappointing show from the England side. In the whole series, the way they have batted, you really don't expect such kind of a dismal show from the English side. You at least expect some sort of, competition in the fifth test match, so to say. Now, Jamie, I want to know from you your take on Bumrah's captaincy also. He's a stand-in skipper today because Rohit Sharma is resting out there with some back issue. So Bumrah's taking the lead. The way he used Kuldeep Yadav, I thought that was a really good decision, because when he saw that, R. Ashwin is getting hit for those sixes, so he used Kuldeep Yadav. And also with an over to go for lunch, the way he got in Ashwin rather than Jadeja, I think these two decisions also changed quite a lot in the first session story. What do you have to say about it?
No, I mean it's a very small sample size to judge him. He's not done anything that Virat Kohli or Rohit Sharma would not have done, right? He began with pace. It just happened to be himself. But the fact that, again, I think it's time either here or on my channel, I'm going to do a detailed show about why you don't need a second pacer in India. To my mind, this is the eighth or ninth test match where the second pacer has not been required to bowl in the second innings of
True.
a visiting team. So from that sense, Jasprit Bumrah had a chance being a bowler to maybe say, you know what, Mohammad Siraj. But the fact that he didn't go to Siraj, यार सबको पता है, बच्चा बच्चा को पता है कि इंडिया के अंदर जो भी आपका सेकंड पेसर है वो तीसरे चौथे इनिंग्स में ओवर डालेगा नहीं. You know, if the visiting team is batting third, batting fourth, a spinner is going to start. He started
Yeah.
with Ashwin. No surprises. हाँ, थोड़े मार खाए, but that's because, like Tausbai said, Johnny Bairstow was just here to have some fun. Johnny Bairstow was being needled by Jurel, being needled by Sarfaraz, being needled by Shubman Gill. It was a matter of time. So also when you take 5 wickets, it looks all good. Frankly, I don't think. I mean, no offense, I could have gone and captained this Indian team in this session. मेरे को पता है कि इंग्लैंड मेंटली चेकआउट हो चुकी है. 250 रन के आसपास वो कभी आएंगे नहीं. हाँ भाई, कौन करेगा? So let's say it's a very easy situation for Jasprit Bumrah to captain in.
Well, yes.
Mohammad Siraj is not going to bowl. Maybe he could have gone again. Why does Kuldeep Yadav always become your third option? Just because he doesn't have as many wickets as Ashwin and Jadeja. He's outbowled them in this series. I personally would have liked to see some left field thinking, you know what, Jaddu, tu ruk ja. Kuldeep, you basically gave the match to us on a plate. Why don't you bowl first change? But he took the more traditional route of going to Jadeja. There's nothing wrong with it. But again, I mean, Jasprit Bumrah didn't really have to do anything. He had to bowl a few overs and then say, Bhaiyo, aa jao. So, theek hai, okay. Not much to actually read into it, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. No, I think that's absolutely right, because Kuldeep showcase what he has got, and he really doesn't need to showcase that again and again. He has done that for the team, and when he took that fifer, we were all talking about what he did in 2017 in Dharamshala pitch, and what he did earlier in this test match as well. Now that was given that England's half team is out there and only 5 batters are left out there on the field, what Team India's approach should be? Should they be looking forward to wrap things up just before the tea session, the tea break?
Yeah, I mean, their only aim should be to, go to the hills and enjoy their, some tea, biscuits and all, because जितना जल्दी हो सके अंधेरा हो गया तो फिर मजा नहीं आता है मैच
Yeah,
खत्म होते होते लाइक इट टेक्स टाइम लाइक 4:30-5 बज जाते रैप अप करते करते बस चली जाती है तब तक कि सनसेट हो जाता है एंड देन यू वोंट हैव मच टाइम टू एंजॉय exactly. I mean, they should aim to finish the game before tea because that's the only chance or chance. I mean, they will give away their wickets because
yeah.
England is in no mood to extend the play, or maybe like tomorrow is the last day or day after tomorrow. Yeah, Sunday
Day
is the
after
last day.
tomorrow is the
So
third
yeah, so
day.
they are not. So they are not really keen to extend the day. आज पहले से ही दिख गया था सुबह से तो why should India worry about like taking it to the fourth day? They should
Hmm.
wrap it up, use कर ले पूरे advantage कि यार England are not interested, so why should we be interested in asking them to stay back? Just similar
Hmm.
approach. Ashwin is bowling well, lovely bowling. The way he's releasing the ball is the way it's coming out of the hand. He's found that the rhythm. Or I mean, the best part was like how Ashwin bounced back. There were question marks, of course. Even I was raising question over Ashwin's ये. But then यार turning India में सवाल नहीं उठता अश्विन के बिना यार it's incomplete अधूरी लगती है. तो अश्विन
Hmm.
बता दिया कि again he is the highest wicket taker once again in Team India. और जितना आप इनको क्रिटिसाइज करोगे या जितना क्वेश्चन करोगे ना उतना ये क्रिकेटर्स में ईगो बढ़ता जाता है and they try to put up their best performance. And I think we should keep on questioning them so that they can bounce back and get match winning results. But yeah,
Yeah.
wrap it up. Ashwin has got 5 wickets. Kuldeep has 1. So I think
Yeah.
5 wicket और है. तो कुलदीप 4 ले ले और all 10 कर ले तो मजा आएगा. All 10 in the sense of match made 5
Uh-huh.
plus 5 makes it. Yeah.
But I think the fifer, like Ashwin missed on a fifer, earlier in this test match. So would love to see just one more wicket from our Ashwin and, completing his a fifer in this one. We saw what Kuldeep did earlier. So let's just wait what will happen in the, the upcoming session just before the session between lunch and tea. And I think that session carries a lot of weight, right, Jamie? We have seen a lot happening. Yesterday we saw a lot happening there. Shubman Gill and Rohit Sharma went back in that session, and how Padikkal and Sarfaraz had stitched the innings. So I think this will be a very crucial one. And now when we know that the top batters of the English side are out, do you expect any of their batters to at least show some, courage and then bat a bit today?
Joe Root maybe, but again, if Joe Root decides, I think it all depends on ये Ben Foakes जो अगले crease पे आएंगे. He's a very good batsman. He showed a lot of application, but he's not got big scores. I think if Ben Foakes gets out early, फिर तो भाई it's 9, 10, and the proverbial jack to come and bat, right? So Root might decide, यार देखो Bashir, Hartley, Wood, and Anderson से तो batting होगी नहीं in conditions में. Maybe he'll decide to play a few shots, maybe get an utterly inconsequential 50 not out. Either way, this team right now, this finished Khatam Puss team does not have, not the skill, they just don't have the mental aptitude to bat 2 hours. This team has never managed to bat sessions. And whenever we do our final post series wrap, I mean, I know we'll talk about Bazball, yeah, but the point is their top 3 batsmen have been colossal failures in this series. By top 3, I mean not the top 3 in sequence, top 3 in stature. Joe Root ने क्या किया? एक शतक के अलावा he's been a disaster. Ben Stokes has been a disaster. Johnny Bairstow has been a disaster. When your 3 most experienced, I'm talking about 100 cap test players, are having their worst ever trip to India, it's all fun saying, it's Bazball this, Bazball yeah. The point is your top 3 have let you down. That's got nothing to do with Bazball. So I just don't see they have. If I was Jasprit Bumrah, I would not bowl myself. I'm sure he's not going to bowl Siraj. I wouldn't even bowl Jadeja because this is a rare test match Ramya India के अंदर जहां पे जडेजा का योगदान ना के बराबर है. एक विकेट लिया Joe Root, but 9 wickets were taken, 5 by Kuldeep, 4 for Ashwin. This is Ashwin's 100 test match. Dalne do. Kuldeep's got 5. Just let him. India stand to get 2.5 days off if they just stick with Ashwin and Kuldeep. Let's wrap it up and let's just end all this nonsense, because while it was fun in Hyderabad to watch India get challenged, it was fun in Vizag, and the first 2 days of the Rajkot test, this team dominated, and uske baad England have just not shown up. हो गया बहुत इनका भोंपू बजाने वाला. Now it's just I mean, it's so clear they're finished. They're just done. I mean, Johnny Bairstow's batting. Show some spine. Now this is your 100 test match. You want to come down and hit sixes for fun? नहीं होगा भाई. You've not even got to 40 the whole series. You made a mockery of your stature in a 100 test match. Very sad cricket.
Yeah. And while you were speaking, Jamie, I checked Ben Stokes' scores. I checked Ben Stokes' total runs in this series. He's now finished this series with 199 runs at 19.90.
Ben Stokes, you're saying, na?
Stokes, yes.
And remember, his first innings was a 70. There was also a 41 and a 47. यानी कि 10 पारी में से आप केवल 3 में चले हो. और उन 2 को तो अनफॉर्चुनेटली क्योंकि आप दी बेन स्टोक्स हो 41 और 47, तो आपकी बहुत वीक स्कोर्स हैं. 1 score of 70. Technically, he's failed 9 out of 10 times. Like I said in our pre-series show, egos, reputations, and legacies will be questioned after this match. They should.
Absolutely. And now, as you're saying, the way he made 70 and 40 odd, runs in the first one, which means that he managed to score only some 100 odd runs in the next 4 matches, which is
disaster. For someone, Ollie Pope के पास ये होते मैं बोलता कोई नहीं, you are Ben Stokes, यार. आप इससे बहुत अच्छे player हो.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, in Asia, you're averaging 28.8 or something, under 29. Not good enough, boss, for your stature. And Joe Root, ठीक है, we all wanted him to come back. क्या हो खड़ा 100? Do you expect a batsman of Joe Root's stature to score 150 plus score in 10 innings? Colossal disaster he is, yeah. Colossal disaster. Absolutely. He's supposed to be in the top, in the Fab 4. कहाँ है तुम्हारे Fab 4 वाली औकात? है ही नहीं भाई. तुम्हारी है ही नहीं. 100. Yeah. I'm not even blaming Bazball. I'm blaming him. I don't buy the argument कि उसको बोला गया ऐसा खेल. नहीं भाई, ये जो रूट है, ये इनका ऑल टाइम लीडिंग रन गेटर है. खुद की गलती है भाई, ये खुद की गलती है ये.
बिल्कुल. और जिस तरीके से former England cricketers are defending this team, and I think you all might have guessed it by now where I am leading this discussion too, Jamie and Taos. The way Alistair Cook said that it's a tough tour and England players are not robos, they can't play. I think you are just hiding the faults. You are just putting a blanket over the big flaws and faults of your own team. You can't grow in the international circuit by just painting or whitewashing the flaws that you're seeing in the current England team right now. And as Jamie said, I think there can't be any better description than that of what Ben Stokes has done in this entire series. But I think let's just not talk about the cricketers or the England cricketers who have failed to put up a good show in the series. Let's talk about one man who really deserves some credit in the entire series, and in fact for the achievements that he has got through his career. And I want to make it big because obviously right now Team India is doing far better than the English side, but James Anderson definitely deserves a credit. He completed his 700 wickets. He took Kuldeep Yadav's wicket as his 700th wicket. And Taos, what do you have to say on this massive achievement?
Absolutely, he's a happy man. I mean, look at him. Finally, 2 wicket के लिए तरस गया था बंदा. इतने time से he's been struggling throughout the India tour, and we knew exactly James Anderson won't come and do wonders for England. कि यार at least bowling and batting. So we had hopes from their batting. There will be certain kind of an approach and they would just take on the Indian attack. But Anderson से इतना hopes नहीं था because he's not been as successful in Indian conditions as he's been at home or maybe other countries. But yeah, I mean, what a relief and getting on Kuldeep. Kuldeep will also be happy to be the 700th victim. He will be in the history books and he'll be kept talking about how like Anderson had struggled throughout the series and then finally he got a Kuldeep Yadav. So look at his face. I mean, in this picture, you can see exactly how satisfied he is. And coming in a venue like Dharamshala, what a beautiful stadium he will be. Is he thanking gods over there or just friends out there? I mean, look, he's looking at the skies and the hills. So definitely, that's quite a satisfactory moment for James Anderson. It was. I don't think so. It was a great delivery. It was just outside the off stump. If Kuldeep Yadav would not have fidgeted with that delivery, he would have just let it alone.
Yep.
A beautiful well left would have been, a response from the dressing room by Rahul Dravid. But yeah, that he played that delivery, he got out and he became the 700 victim and into the history books. What else do you need? Beautiful.
Absolutely, into the history books, because James Anderson was waiting for the 2 wickets to complete his 700 in this whole series, and it was pending from a very long time for him in the series, only because for a bowler like James Anderson, you expect that he'll come and he'll take wickets, but this series has actually given him a reality check that he's not the James Anderson that he was few years back or long back. Right now it amazes me that the screen that he's sharing with, the frame that he's sharing with Shoaib Bashir wasn't even born when James Anderson made his debut. So that's something fascinating, that's also interesting for James Anderson, but it's the fag end of his career. Jamie, do you?
I would like to add, it's about the longevity. I mean, the way he's gone, 41-year-old. I mean, fast bowlers normally, it's the batsmen who survive till 40. I mean, they go on and on. They can go on, because there is not much burden. But when it comes to, or maybe a spinner, but when it comes to a fast bowler, it's quite a job. It's not easy. You don't have to take 2-3 steps, run up and then bowl, and you don't have to put that kind of a lazy effort. This guy, like, he's been putting up effort. He's a fast bowler. They have a tough job out there. Take a long run up and you have to keep on bowling and bowling. Then you have to bowl maiden spells. Then you have to get those wickets. That 41, like, he's a inspiration to a lot of people. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And that's why I said, he deserves this credit, and he deserves all the appreciation. Now, Jamie, do you think that he's aiming that Shane Warne's record now?
Definitely, they're playing against the West Indies a few months from now. I definitely expect him to be there. Or do not be surprised कि next July जब हमारी टीम 5 टेस्ट मैच खेलेगी तो ये वहां भी दिखेंगे, because he doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't play any other form of cricket. सीजन शुरुआत होते ही वो लैंकाशायर के लिए 2-3 मैचेस खेलेंगे. He's reached a level के यार 40 के बाद 41, 42, 43 कोई फर्क तो है नहीं. Only a serious injury can stop him now. I don't think next 15 months from now, 14 months from now, when India play a 5-test series, he's not going to have gained any weight. He's not going to have lost any weight. Because जो चल रहा है ये पिछले 4-5 साल से ऐसे ही दिखता है. So there's no reason to assume that just because he'll be 42 next July, he won't be playing. I mean, I'd not be surprised if he plays at home. He would much rather forget Shane Warne. I think he would want to play his last test match in England. And so what if it happens to be the first series of a new WTC cycle where England once again might not reach the final? He's earned the right to choose when he wants to go. यदि उसको लगता है कि यार मुझे एक टॉप की टीम के सामने, इंडिया के सामने आखिरी मैच खेलना है, I don't know what the schedule is. I think they might be playing one at Old Trafford. Why not? I think if there's one man playing international cricket now who can say मुझे अपने घर पे मैच खेलना है so and so team के against, so it's this guy. So I would not rule him out playing 14 months from now.
Well, absolutely. Let's just see what happens to James Anderson after this, what all tournaments he'll be playing in. But here we have a few comments, and we'll quickly take the comments before moving to the next session. That's the session post lunch. The first one we have from Sunny. He's saying English batters don't show confidence in the defense. The aggressive shots almost feels they get away. Yes, Sunny, we did talk about, that it never felt that they were in this game. Like in the fifth test match, I never found that they were even confident. I didn't even find them, that they were having this mood to play in Dharamshala. It just seemed that they're coming and going. That's that. Jamie, Sunny's talking about confidence. I didn't even find any intent, any mood in the English camp to play this test match.
You know, even in that 434 run loss in the third test, which stands as India's biggest win in terms of runs over any team, even in that 434 run smacking, there was the word you just used. There was an intent, right?
Yeah.
Ranchi match was over. There was still intent. Unfortunately, in this match, and it's of course you want India to win. You predicted 4-1, but you, like Tosbai said, you at some point you want a contest. I believe the previous four test matches did give us a contest, taking nothing away from the brilliance of Kuldeep, Ashwin, the hundreds, Devdutt Padikal's debut innings, Sarfaraz, whatever you want to talk about. This has been the worst test match that England have played this whole series, because I just think they knew कि यार अगर हम अब तक नहीं जीत पाए क्या होगा. There's a reason why this match is, all the other matches raise the hopes कि हाँ शायद हम एक बार डे 5 की मॉर्निंग सेशन देख पाएंगे. अलग बात है कि हर बार एक बार इंडिया, no one thought that India was going to collapse like that on day 4 in Hyderabad against Tom Hartley, but all the four matches got done well before stumps on day 4. This match, a couple drop catches here and there. This show we're doing now, this could have been our post-match show also. It just shows that when they really had to, at least for their fans who've come from so far, show some spine. I saw in fits and starts, I saw some spine from their players. Is match mein, just like Tausba has been saying, is match mein inko koi interest nahi hai. They probably want to come and see the Hills one more time. Or they're playing this match because Johnny Bairstow's 100 test match. अच्छा अपना Johnny भाई है, खेलते हैं. But this has been their worst performance.
And as our viewers are saying, I think that's true. Who knows? Might be true. England batters are in hurry to go for 3 on track. Sunny is saying, I think they want to go to meet Dalai Lama again. They might have some plans, Sunny and others. They might have got some other plans to do, because right now it seems that they are definitely not in this game. Also, Taus, before the start of this test match, I remember Sunil Gavaskar said that, these conditions are more English than Indian, and these conditions will help the England cricketers more than the Indian players. But it clearly seems now that the England batters have no idea how to play in these conditions, and they have no idea how to play the Indian spinners, so to say. They gave all their wickets to Indian spinners, and right now when I'm talking at this 12:09, when England, half of the English team is out, I think they are again at the stage where they really need to figure out a plan to play against Indian spinners. They lost their 5 wickets today to the Indian spinners.
It would be like, see, everybody expected England conditions. I mean, not just Gavaskar. We were thinking like this is the Dharamshala is going to be typical English conditions where they would just go there and fight back and put the series 3-2, some contest. But but also it would be unfair to say that they were not they did not have the skills to play, or they were not they cannot adapt, they couldn't adapt, or they could not fight back. They had all the skills, they had all the experience. You're talking about Joe Root, you're talking about Dents, you're talking about Ollie Pope, who stole the show in the first test match, rescued with that 194 kind of knock.
196.
I mean, 196. I mean, you're talking about that, do that kind of an attack. I mean, why not? Yeah, they could have done it. They could have, if they were really keen on putting up a fight. If they were not keen on not keen on putting going out there in the hills, instead of showing some kind of interest on this kind of, they were not. They were not even enjoying the game. They wanted to wrap it up completely. खत्म ही करना था उनको, क्योंकि अगर देखिए, अगर एक हिसाब से देखेंगे कि अगर उनको फाइट में रहना था, कॉन्टेस्ट में रहना था, एक 3-2 पुट अप करना था, they would have showed some application approach. एक approach भी अच्छा होता, they could have applied themselves, but they did not apply. See, that is the sorry thing. Legends, I mean, ये सब लेजेंड्स है यार, जो रूट, बेन स्टोक्स, ये सब नाम है इनके बड़े बड़े. अगर ये अपना एटीट्यूड ऐसे दिखाएंगे तो what will the youngsters in England, how will they, see them as an idol or example, or some, something like that. So this is surprising they did not apply it themselves. उनको खत्म ही करना था ये मैच. It was just a formality. 100 टेस्ट मैच पूरा करना था इनका. जॉनी बेस्टो का 700 विकेट पूरी करनी थी, काम खत्म हो गया सबका. So I
Yeah.
think they are leading by bad example, for these youngsters. अगर उन्होंने ये मैच में अप्लाई नहीं किया ना, so this is very sorry for the youngsters who are watching them.
No, absolutely. And now the fans have also understood how England just came for, touching milestones of their players in this test match. Because other than that, there was nothing that we saw from the English side. Also, Jamie, what surprises me is the kind of comments that former England cricketers are making. I touched upon that topic earlier in this live also when I talked about, what Alistair Cook mentioned. But why are they even talking about this test match being a dead rubber or a non-consequential test match? You are in the WTC cycle. You have to play to get some WTC points. Or it seems that they're unbothered by any WTC points. They just want to win and they just want to chill out there. If they're winning, then great. If they're not winning, then who cares?
No, I mean from their perspective, they have no scope of reaching the WTC final. So okay, I'll give them that much. इनको 12 points मिल भी गए तो ये नहीं पहुंचेंगे. But what the WTC has done, to my mind, is it has pretty much almost removed the term dead rubber, right?
Yeah.
If certain former players turn analysts want to call it a dead rubber, I would, first of all, I would go through their social media timelines if they're on social media, and I'm sure 4 weeks ago they were saying something else. Okay, अब क्या है कि जब आपकी टीम, मतलब point ये कि I'm not gonna kick Bazball when it's down. I believe there have been some good things to Bazball. I believe it's made this series very entertaining, like I mentioned day for yesterday. But the point is, जब कुछ नहीं चल रहा है, आप उसको repeat क्यों कर रहे हो, right? The 100 that Joe Root got in this series came when he did not play Bazball cricket. Okay, like I said, whether he was told or not, usko chodo. Why are you all doing the same thing? Why are you persisting with Johnny Bairstow? It's like, why was India? Did anyone actually believe Patidar was going to play that 5th test match? No, because he's not looking like a test player. Johnny Bairstow भी इतने खराब लग रहे हैं. आप नहीं, वो जॉनी है, एक दिन आएगा वो. यार सबको पता है कि जब प्लेयर का बहुत बहुत बुरा वक्त चल रहा है, तो he's not going to score runs. What's he done? He's got another 38. So Ramya, he's got to 30 some 6 times in 10 innings. He's not crossed 38, 39. आप एक प्लेयर को सिर्फ 38 के लिए मैच खिला रहे हो, right? Mark Wood ने क्या किया इस सीरीज में, So it's, you have made, what is not helped is these former players, and let's face it, ये ब्रिट वाले सबसे जिंगोइस्टिक होते हैं. ये एक दिन टीम को वहां करेंगे, नेक्स्ट डे टीम को वो नीचे कर देंगे. So I don't want to give too much weightage to what XYZ players said. The problem is कि आपने अपना क्रिकेट बदला नहीं, आपने सुधार नहीं लाया उसमें, आप वही क्रिकेट खेलते गए. यार ये इंडिया है. There is a reason कि 31वीं सदी में this team has lost 3 series, right? 21वां. There's a reason, right? इंडिया आकर तुमसे कई गुना अच्छे टीम्स नहीं जीत सके. तुम यहां नहीं जीतने वाले थे. लेकिन यार थोड़ा, you could have tried to show some more seriousness, as Tawazbai keeps saying, right? So that's the bigger picture. What Vaughan and Cook, बोलने दो यार, ये मेरे लगते कुछ नहीं है. The point is, you have not, you meaning Brendan McCullum, Ben Stokes, and whatever players you choose to field across 5 test matches, आपने अपने आप को बेहतर करने के लिए क्या किया? कुछ नहीं यार, कुछ नहीं.
Absolutely. Also, it reminds me of what Srini said just before wrapping this live show. I'll just put that point because the bigger question here is, can England bat till tea or not? But before that, I'll mention what Srini said the other day. He said that we'll have to give to England for their grammar excellence and their excellence with the words. obviously whenever they come up with some, great words, some words that come out of the dictionary where you really need to put your mind where that word has come from, or you really need to put your hard work into looking for the meaning of those sentences. But when it comes to the on-field performance, it actually showcases that it's just hollow. The statements are hollow. The grammar usage is hollow while you implement, when you try to implement those things on field. So I think, yeah, that has been the case with the English side now, and especially with the kind of batting display that's going in Dharamshala at the moment. It's a sorry state of affairs for the English side, but a great day for the Indian fans and all the Indian cricketers. As they came out post lunch, they were seen with all smiles, and why not? They have done half of their job, and just half of that is left now. So let's just wait and watch. And again, I'll end this live show with the big question: can England bat till tea? If not, we'll see you soon, Jamie and Taus, sooner than expected.
Quite soon.
Chalo. Bye bye. Take care, and do join our next live session, everyone. Thank you.
फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स,
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स,
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट।